Hello and welcome again to the Darren Green Show, your one-stop shop for celebrity gossip, news and music, pop culture, and the latest gab on social media. Be sure that if you are watching this on YouTube to leave your thoughts in the comments, leave a like, and also if you're not subscribed to the channel, girl, what are we doing? Subscribe to that ZM channel. And for the audio listeners, hey, how y'all doing? Be sure to leave a rate and review for the podcast. We got to stay in the recommendation list of all the platforms that this podcast reaches. So thank you so much for your continuous support. It is Monday, so that means it is a We Are You radio show. What is going on, y'all? Happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday. I hope I make yours a lot better with these topics. Okay. Now, I did not do a Thursday show for the on-demand listeners. Yeah, we didn't do a Thursday show. There were some topics that came out. Diddy. Yeah, I'm not even going to sugarcoat nothing, honey. Okay, we talk about Diddy. That's going to be the first topic, right? I wanted to sit with that topic a little bit because when things started to develop, because I talked about Diddy on the Monday show, if y'all don't remember. The Richards girl, she came out, and I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back, if we're being honest. But she came out with her story, and that made headlines. And then right after that, we found out that he was arrested. And so it was a lot of topics or a lot of news that was coming out like during that week. And I'm just like, okay, I don't want to just talk about this on the show and then something else comes out. Like, I want to let the whole thing fester. I want to get all the topics, all the updates, all the everything, child, so we can just talk about this on this one little podcast episode, child. Because you know me, I don't like repeating what I said or reiterating what I said or making follow-up videos, child. I want to get everything all into one, okay? So yeah, that's why I didn't really do a Thursday show. There was other topics too that I wanted to talk about, but I was like, I think when I work on the Wednesdays, and I get back home at 4 o'clock, girl, I'm sitting down. I'm like, girl, I don't have the tenacity to really speak on things. And I'm going to start doing that more. That doesn't mean I'm going to get rid of the Thursday shows. It's just that if I feel that I'm not ready to do a Thursday show, then I'm going to keep it tentative. I'm not going to do that show because I want to give it my best. The topics that I talk about on there, I want to think about them a little bit longer before I just blat it out and fly off the handle with my first thoughts on the topic. So I actually was working on these notes all week. So hope you guys really do enjoy the show. We have a lot to get into, child. It was a little bit of procrastination too, because I'm the queen or king of procrastination. Okay, let's be very clear on that. I found out that's actually a trauma response. Another reason why I needed to speak to a therapist. Okay. So yeah, I found that out. It was some video I was watching this week. I'm like, oh, it's a trauma response. Oh my God, child, girl, what trauma I got going on, child? I also was binge watching How to Get Away with Murder. I know I'm late to the party if y'all watch that show, but I've been watching that show for years. Let me explain. So I started watching it when I first went to college, and it was like right after I stopped watching, because I used to binge watch a lot of shows. One of the shows that I watched when I was in college was A Different World, and when that stopped, I said, let me get started in How to Get Away with Murder. But I don't know, I just started hanging out with people and meeting friends and all this other stuff and doing college shit, and I put that off on the back burner. And the show came back to me because it was always in my list of shows. And I don't know why I'm having this little tangent about a Netflix show that I'm watching. It's a really good show. Looking back, this was a really good show. And I have to binge watch it now because it literally is leaving Netflix within a week. So I'm on like the last 5 episodes and it's really good. I should have watched it a long time ago because it really was good. And it really is a treat to see. I was about to say her character name, Annalise Keating. Viola Davis, she needs to get back on television, like in some way, shape, or form, whether it be a crime show or whatever. We don't see enough of Viola Davis. Am I lying? Like, I need to see her in more stuff, like in more television stuff. But anyway, yeah, I binge watched that. Nothing really much was going on this week. I was working, dealing with people and stuff. Girl, we got a topic for that too. It's coming up. But anyway, let me not waste your time anymore, honey. We got to get into these topics. So we got to talk about Diddy and how he got arrested and all that extra stuff that we going to get into, okay? We also got to talk about Janet Jackson. Okay, she's being dragged for saying something that was really idiotic, okay? I don't know what's going on with our old icons, but they are really like losing it. We also got to talk about Tia and Tamera. They apparently broke up. Oh my God, why did they break up? All that and more coming up on the Darren Green Show. We do have a lot more topics, I will say. But I wanted to get this topic out the way because this has been a topic that has been going on all week. We got to talk about the Diddler, P. Diddy, Puff, whatever you want to call him, Predator. Just all of the things, child. Gargoyle. We got to get into it, okay? Now, I'm going to give you guys the news, what's been going on, what has happened, and I'm going to give you guys my thoughts. I do that. Now, if you've been under a rock, which I'm at this point, I don't know how you can be, because how could you miss this topic? Diddy was arrested and taken to federal custody in New York Monday night. See, it was right after I did my show, too. TMZ has learned, and sources tell TMZ, that Homeland Security swooped into a Midtown hotel late Monday where Diddy was staying, and they arrested him. Now, there was video footage of that. I've seen that. I was like, oh, wow, they got him on camera getting arrested. Child, that was crazy. We have unconfirmed reports that the feds are searching his hotel room. We are told that Diddy was taken into the FBI field office in Manhattan. It appears the action was taken in connection with ongoing criminal investigations into alleged sex trafficking and other offenses that led to the search warrants being issued and executed by Diddy's home in Beverly Hills in Miami. As we reported, a grand jury has been hearing testimony from various accusers over the last months. Diddy's attorney, I'm not going to say his name because his name is Mark. I don't know about that last name, child. I'm bad with names. He tells TMZ that we are disappointed with the decision to pursue what we believe is an unjust prosecution of Mr. Combs by U.S. Attorney Office. Sean Diddy Combs is a music icon, self-made entrepreneur, loving family man, and proven philanthropist who has spent the last 30 years building an empire, adoring his children, and working to uplift the Black community. That is some bull crap right there. You know them lawyers like to lie. And I've been watching, like I said, I've been watching How to Get Away with Murder, and the way that lawyers be lying, okay, uplifting the Black community. Are you dumb? That man has been destroying the Black community. All of them all those artists that he had on his little labels, child, they either dead, on death row, death knocking on their door. Music never really popped off because he didn't really care about their music careers. Like, what uplifting what Black community? He's been uplifting himself. So I just find that so funny. But anyway, the lawyer, he adds that he is an imperfect person, but is not a criminal. To his credit, Mr. Combs has been nothing but cooperative with the investigation and voluntarily relocating to New York last week in anticipation of these charges. Please reserve your judgment until you have all the facts. These are acts of an innocent man who, with nothing to hide, he looks forward to clearing his name in court. Okay. So that was the initial story, but there has been updates to the story. According to the indictment obtained by TMZ, he's facing 3 felony charges of racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud, coercion, a transportation to engage in prostitution. When I heard racketeering and trafficking, like, that is like double whammy. Like, you getting, these are double digit type of like time that you get, you know what I'm saying? Like, we talking about 50 something years, girl, 20 or 20 something. 20 to 50, I'm not sure, but they'll probably figure it out. But he's also a celebrity, so if he does get time, I'm looking at like probably 10 years, probably. And I'm just telling you right now, they're not going to give Diddy that much of a time. But we don't know, because a lot of things that was once that'll never happen is happening, okay? The judge in Diddy's arrangement has denied his $50 million bond request. Basically, the judge says that he's a flight risk, okay? He has a lot of money. He has a lot of connections. He can get out the country. He can go and hide, and we'll never see him. So they're not letting him go. They're essentially denying his bond request. And yeah, it makes sense. I find that so surprising that they did that. But like I said, these are stranger times. These are times that we never heard of. I would have never thought they would have actually. Me and my best friend be talking about this because she's very much into the whole she is into true crime. But she always likes to talk about like the conspiracy theories of like celebrities and how they do a lot of devious stuff and they're going to get caught one day. And basically, and we've been watching like Jaguar. Like at the end of the day, I will sit there and come for Jaguar because some of her stuff be like off, but like when she was spot on with the Diddy stuff, she was spot on. Everything that she said had came to pass. I will say that is the only person that I know of that she talked about that the tea was real. Now, until somebody else comes out, until some more pressing information comes out about other celebrities, then we'll follow suit. But yeah, Jaguar was right. And I think that there's a lot of apologies that needs to be in order for her. A lot of people doubted her. A lot of people thought that she was crazy. I still think she's a little not on her rocker a little bit, but she was spot on with this topic. When Diddy's trying to appeal, and they keep on denying, he is in jail. Last time I checked, y'all, he is on a suicide watch. Okay. I don't know if, now see, and this is where the other layer of conversation is coming into play of him potentially, this is like another Epstein situation where Epstein had all the information on all these celebrities, had a list of names. They used to come to his parties and stuff and did a lot of devious things, okay? And they said that they ruled his death a suicide, but really they said somebody murked him in there, okay? Because he had some information that he was likely about to reveal, okay? And a lot of those things, people are talking about, oh, there's some tapes on the dark web of celebrities doing bad things and people's names are getting brought up. I think this has now become like a conversation, like people are bringing Jay-Z into it now and saying, oh, he's next and he's going to be the next one on the chopping block because he did some stuff. And they like to bring up the whole, oh, he met Beyonce when she was 16 and all this other stuff, even though it's not like really verifiable. I'm being real honest. It's just not verifiable. And if that's the only thing that you got, unfortunately, there's nothing that you can do because these two are married. They got married when she was an adult. So he can't go to jail for that. Even though if that is the case, he met Beyonce when she was 16, that is problematic as hell. He's not gonna go to jail for that. Now, if he got some other stuff going on, if he did some other stuff, then yeah. But my thing is this, we need to keep it on Diddy. Everybody wants to go everywhere else. And that was my problem. Everybody wants to go everywhere else but the main source. And this is almost the problem that we had with R. Kelly when it was his time. Everybody was saying, oh my God, the parents, and oh my God, this person and that person that was around him, they did this, they need to go to jail. Hold on, because we missing the point, honey. We missing the point and the plot. Okay, at the end of the day, R. Kelly did what he did, and he needs to be held accountable for it. Now, if y'all want to go back and revisit these people that was around him, that's cool. Let's do that afterwards. Okay, the same thing with Diddy. He's been detained, but nothing is set in stone. Okay, let's be very clear. So we need to keep the attention on Diddy and not bring up these other people until it's time, until some real information and real evidence come out. So I'm just saying. Now, as in regards to Diddy, yeah, he's cooked. He cooked. I mean, they said they found 1,000 baby oil bottles. Then I heard something about 700 dildos in the house, in his possession. What do you need that many dildos for? What is happening? And there was so many people making jokes about this child. Look, these are not times to joke, because at the end of the day, people were assaulted. People were taken advantage of by Diddy. You get what I'm saying? He is not a good person. He has been doing his dirt for the longest, a long time. He need to get life. I don't think he's ever going to get life, but this is going to hurt him. This is going to do substantial damage to him, his whatever career that anybody can work with him. He's going to be blackballed. He's blackballed. He might as well do Russell Simmons and go somewhere else in the world and freaking do yoga and shit. I'm saying, like, there's nothing other. He's irredeemable. Nobody wants to work with him no more. Like, he's done. After this, now, depending on what they give him, child, which I don't think they're going to give him a lot, because you remember, he is a celebrity. He does have a lot of status. And he celebrities at his stature and money, they don't tend to stay in prison that long. Look at Bill Cosby. They got him out on technicality. Like, he's going to find a way. If he has the means to getting good lawyers and all this other stuff. There was some other topics that I wanted to get into with this. Let me slow down, because I'm doing this thing now where I'm pacing myself on the show. Oh yeah, in regards to the Diddy defenders, we can start with Faison. What the hell, man? And he's not the only one that has been saying stuff. Dr. Omar, very surprising. And look, I don't like Dr. Omar. I don't like his rhetoric with a lot of things, but he has been clear on certain things. But this topic right here, this whole conversation of, oh my goodness, what's so illegal about being a freak? Like, that was the only thing that you think, and this is why I say people are very uninformed. People are very uninformed, and they're not really doing the research before they're getting on social media or they're answering interview questions or whatever the case is, and just talking and spewing just misinformation, the blind leading the deaf and blind. Somebody said this too about Dr. Omar. Dr. Omar is smart. He's like the smartest. Okay, and I need y'all to take this with a grain of salt, child. I'm not trying to say nothing. People like Dr. Omar, people like Boozy, people like Charleston White, they're like the smartest person in the special ed class. Look, I didn't say this, a TikToker said it, but I also was like people, and maybe I shouldn't say special ed because look, let me not be ableist or anything like that. But they're the smartest people to dumb people. Like the dumbest people in the world find these people like intellectually like smart. Like the same people that thought that freaking T.I. was freaking smart because he used big words. Anyway, like them saying that, or implying, because that's what their wording implies, that Diddy is being arrested or is being detained because he does freak-offs and that he is overly sexual or whatever you want to call it, when that is not the case. One of my good Judy's, okay, we're mutuals on TikTok. Her name is Rashonda. She was definitely, it went viral a couple of years ago. And she said it's so good to go on her. I implore you to go on her TikTok. She basically said, look, what he's getting in trouble for is not the sex parties, the freak offs, or whatever you want to call it, him being a freak. Look, let me tell you something. If you want to smother yourself in Nutella and freaking oil wrestle with people for hours, okay, that is fine. Okay, nobody's talking about that. It's when it becomes unconsensual. Okay, see, he had women, men possibly, celebrities, young celebrities possibly, underage people doing acts. They said the freak offs were like for days, hours on hours. That can't be consensual. That cannot, like, ain't no way in the world. And I know a lot of, look, I don't be going to these parties, child, but I be hearing about the little deviant parties, child. Our mutuals that we had these conversations and we talking, they don't be lasting for no days. You doing a whole, at that point, that's not consensual. Like, ain't no way in the world a person will willingly do that for days. No, he had brothels. He was trafficking these girls. He was the freaking pimp. And that is very much illegal against somebody's will. Of course, you drugging people up. How can a person consent when they're drugged? So, no, it's not just, because he's a freak. That's why and don't say that, because there's people out there that do their dirt, they do their little freak offs, and it's all consensual. Everybody's agreeing, everybody's in unison, like we're doing this little thing, we do this and we go home and it is what it is. Nobody's talking about that. It's all about consent. And the fact of the matter is, Diddy did not have consent from the people that he was messing with. He also was abusive. We've seen that with Cassie. We have evidence with Kim Porter. Like, these are the facts. And it's like nobody is trying to really look up or try to research what's going on. They're popping their gums. All these dudes popping their gums. Oh my God, they're taking down black men. They're taking down black men, this, that, and the third. Some of these ninjas need to be put down. No, I'm sorry. It's not. And this is where I look at my community, and it's a toxic ass outlook, because y'all will sit there and be like, okay, we can't, y'all not supposed to be doing that. Y'all can't do that. Y'all putting down a black man. Look, if you did the crime, you need to do the time. I don't care who you are. This is beyond race. Because a lot of people are bringing up, well, keep that same energy. I saw it on the Joe Budden podcast. One of his hosts was like, well, keep that same energy with the white people. Like, we did. Harvey Weinstein, he literally is in jail. Like, he literally was charged. Like, there are people, regular, like, non-black, that did they dirt. And they are serving their time. Or they're being held accountable, I should say. Now, is it more on the black side than the white side? We can have those conversations. That is true. That is a thing. But right now, the attention is on Diddy. And getting the people that he hurt justice. No, I find that very weird that people were having those conversations. I also found it funny that his legal team was talking about, at first y'all went from, these are these allegations are fabricated. It's not true. It never happened, and all this other stuff. And now when he's in jail, oh, he's trying to be a better person, and this is what he did in the past. These were years ago, statute of limitation. I'm just like, hold on, I thought he never did it. If he never did it, then what we talk about the past for? And even if it was in the past, you should be held accountable if you got away with it. A little accountability goes a long way, right? I don't know what's to come. This is basically all the information that we got from this whole situation. I'm pretty sure next week, when we get into this week, it will be more information coming out, or what's the updates or anything. I just can't wait till this go to trial. When this thing go to trial, girl, when I tell you, it's going to be it is going to be like a show. You thought that the Megan Thee Stallion or Tory Lanez thing was a thing. Like, I ain't gonna lie, that was a big thing. That was a big conversation too. But look, this is going to be like almost close to OJ almost. Like how big and how impactful when this goes into trial. Girl, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy, but I'm going to be right here. I'm going to be right here and we're going to talk about it. We're going to break it down. Okay? But anyway, yeah, that's all I had to say about this topic. We can move on, child. Now, I did want to talk about Janet Jackson because Janet Jackson, girl, why she put a foot in her mouth? Like, for real. I don't know what's going on, but Miss Jackson, you cannot be for real. So, basically, in a sit-down interview with the singer Janet Jackson, I believe she talked to The Guardian. She spoke on the Vice President Kamala Harris. Okay. The interview told Janet that we could be on the verge of voting for the first Black female president. And Janet responded, what they say supposedly is that she's not Black. That's what I heard, right? That she's Indian, actually. She's also said in quotes that her father's white. That's what I was told. I haven't watched the news in the last couple days, but they discovered that her father was white. Okay. Now, it's important to note that Kamala has spoken about her being mixed race in her book, saying that her Indian mother was well aware that she was raising Black girls. Now, while the interview did not probe Janet further, apparently she thinks whether Trump or Kamala wins, it will be mayhem either way. That's what Janet said. Now, mind you, like she said that her dad is Black. And for the visual listeners, you see it, it's side by side of Kamala, and her dad is clearly Black. Where do I begin with this? I think the statement was chronically idiotic. What a stupid way to discredit somebody's Blackness. And she did it in a way that was, I don't know, I feel like Janet Jackson, she's always been like that, like very ditzy, very like dumb sounding and just very uneducated, in which I don't think she had a child. I don't think she went to school or nothing like that. I think she could have been like homeschooled. She was probably on the road with her brothers and stuff like that, or whatever the case. I think they went to school. I don't know if they went to school, child. She just always had that most of the Jackson sisters, they seem real airheaded. I'm sorry if I'm talking about some of y'all legends, but we're going to have to talk about some of y'all legends today because some of y'all legends be saying some real dumb crap, okay? This was idiotic, okay? I know Little Miss Rhythm Nation ain't being ill-informed about the state of the world. Tell you, these celebrities they be performative. It be performative. They don't really be for the cause, honey. They don't be knowing what's really going on. And to end it off with saying that, oh, I watched the news a couple days ago, so I don't know. If you don't know, then why are you talking about it? It was dumb, right? And there was people saying, oh my God, some of our icons, they're allowed to misspeak. No, we cannot. No, absolutely not. Because if I get up here, my little 4,000 follower bound self sat there and spread some misinformation, I will not hear the end of it with the public. You get what I'm saying? But it's people like her that has the influence that really can change the tide to certain elections. Yes, and that is true. Even though they're saying, oh, Janet's not really in the space no more to really influence. No, Janet is very influential. Definitely to the older crowd. And for her to say it's dishonest. It's intellectually dishonest. And it's like, it's not something that could have just like, she could have literally just left that part out. Like, it's not like this was an on-the-spot TMZ paparazzi interview. This was an article interview that could have been taken out. I'm pretty sure if she had an instance that she didn't think that this was going to be like a problem, that people was going to say something and have their ways. Girl, I don't know. I seriously don't know, child. But I do feel like we have to sometimes listen to when the icons speak, right? When icons speak, it's always intentional. When these celebrities be speaking, it's always intentional. Don't pay it off too with just being like, oh, they're just being dumb or they're ill-informed or whatever the case is. Some of the stuff is a little bit intentional. Some of the stuff does come with ulterior motives, right? Now, I'm not trying to say that Janet is on Trump's payroll. I wouldn't be too surprised. But I don't know. I don't think that she's on Trump's payroll. But I think that she thought she was being neutral by saying what she said, but it didn't really land well. And it also goes to show how out of touch these celebrities are. Like I said, I think that it's willful ignorance. Janet she has the luxury to have these opinions and thoughts and feel like, oh, it's going to be mayhem whether Trump or Kamala get in. It doesn't matter. Like this whole cop out of, because it influences her fans to not vote. This was definitely anti-vote rhetoric. Don't vote. Don't get involved. Okay, you don't vote. You don't get involved. You have the luxury of doing that because whatever happens, whoever gets in, let's say Trump does get in, it really doesn't affect you. You are already at a point in your life. You got the money that you made. You did all this other stuff, this, that, and the third. And shout out to you. More power to you. But the fans that follow you and listen to your music and love on you, it affects them. And they should be involved politically enough to vote for somebody. You get what I'm saying? So for her to sit there and say that, okay, Janet, we see where you stand. We see where you stand. Anyway, let's move on, girl. We are flying through this episode, child. Child, now they saying Tia and Tamera done broke up, child. Oh my goodness. Girl, what happened? What is going on? Okay, so apparently a first look of the upcoming reality series, Tia, Mowry, My Next Act. The actress says that she wishes that she could pick up the phone and call her twin, but that's just not where we are now, okay? Oh, what's going on? What's happening? Now, Tia Mowry opened up about her relationships with her family as she adjusts to her new life after the divorce. Now, there was like an 11-minute first look of the upcoming WeTV series, which she posted on YouTube on Friday. The actress revealed that she's no longer close with her twin, Tamera Mowry, while reflecting on her divorce. Here's the thing. So we got that one part where she said, I wish I can call my twin, but I can't. And we're just not at that point right now. And it really, like in the 11-minute video, it doesn't seem like there is any type of reasoning. I saw the 11-minute video. I have not seen anything. And she just basically said that one-liner and just like left it and was really talking about her husband or her ex-husband or whatever in that little awkward hug that they had at a red carpet appearance. I feel bad for Tia. But what happened with you and your sister, girl? Now, clap in the comments if y'all think that it's Tamera's fault. Like, I'm sorry. Look. I might have a little bit of a bias, okay, against Tamera because I feel like I don't like a lot of the stuff that she likes that she says. Like the reel really made me dislike Tamera, and I feel like a lot of other people felt like that too. I just would have loved to have known why, and of course it's not our business, but you are on a reality show to talk about your life. That is part of your life. Your sister. The people want to know what happened, what conspired, why she's not there. When I was looking at this article, because it was on, I think, Fabu or something like that, whatever you want to call it, or 2Fab News, they said that Tamera has been nothing but nice when asked questions about Tia and her show, her upcoming show, and how she's dealing with her marriage, saying that she's like in a better space or whatever. But Tamera is the type to be like very much like fake in the public eye, but like behind closed doors have some type of ulterior motives or whatever the case is. And I think Tia is sparing her a little bit because Tia's playing along with the game. Like she's posting like old clips of their old reality show because they had a Tia and Tamera reality show where it featured the both of them. And a lot of us, I remember when that show came out, let me not speak for other people. But Tamera was definitely the problem. Tia was definitely like, she was like the immature one. She was like immature and was not serious with certain things. But Tamera was very uptight. She was very uptight. That girl's very conservative. She is conservative in many ways. I'm not even just talking about politics, honestly. But yeah, she was a stick up to you know what, and I feel like that's probably what went down. The reason why they're probably not talking no more. But we really would love to know. But it's only been like they only gave us like the 11-minute trailer, so we don't know exactly what's going on between those two. Like maybe something will come up in the show, but as of right now, child, they're not talking, and we don't know why, child. But I think that's sad though, because they really grew up together. Tamera talked about how, you know, I basically, like, we started our career at age 14. And after the show, she then married the husband that she ended up marrying. And I'd never been alone. So this is like her first experience. Like, she doesn't have her sister on her side. She can't call her sister. She has friends. She has her children. But really, she is lonely because she's not used to being alone in that way. And I hope she is able to overcome that and either find somebody else or learn how to be by yourself. Because once you learn how to be by yourself, then you can never really truly be lonely. Like you'll learn how to navigate being by yourself and learning to love being by yourself. Because when you become so codependent on people and so codependent on a lover, a friend, a sister, once that's gone, like your whole world is shattered and everything around you is just like bad. So you have to really do learn how to be by yourself and learn to really love that. I hope she gets to that point, child. Shout out to T. Okay. As for Tamera, I don't care about that girl, child. I don't. I really don't. And I definitely feel like she was probably the problem. She's probably the reason why they're not talking no more, honestly, truly. Like, that's how I feel. I have a little bias, but it is what it is. Anyway, let's move on, honey. I want to talk about Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj has definitely been in the news all last week. I don't even know where to begin. It's her coming for this interviewer that interviewed her, or her laughing at Atlantic Records for firing over 100 execs and A&Rs, to what was the other thing she did, child? She was picking fights with the CEO of United Masters. We got a lot to get into, child. Okay. Now, I guess the first thing, I mean, she came for this reporter because, and look, I'll give Nicki grace here when it came to that reporter. So basically, Nicki has responded after a reporter said that she ducked the smoke, okay, on one of the questions that he had asked during the creating of Unity, right? Now, basically, she did this. She has like a shoe line coming out or whatever, and she did this interview at a mall. And she had like meet and greets and stuff like that. And there's this interviewer that it's called MMAGS TV or something like that. This interview that you're seeing right here for the visual listeners, this person right here interviewed Nicki. And basically he asked the question of what is it going to take for there to be female unity, to which Nicki, she didn't directly answer the question, but she basically said, I'm just going to paraphrase everything. Actually, you know what? I'm going to play it. This is exactly what was said.
Have real, true, with all the black powerhouses like yourself that we have, we will ever true have real unity amongst our people?
Who are our people? Do we have unity amongst human beings?
Ooh.
If it's 8 billion people in the world, imagine thinking all 8 billion people gonna get along with each other. Whether you're the same color, whether you're the same race, sex, whatever, religion. Ain't nobody gonna always get along with everybody. When you come to work, I used to be a waitress, okay?
Okay.
Here's my, did she duck the question? I don't think she ducked the question. I think she basically said that everybody's not gonna get along. Everybody doesn't have to get along. This fake unity push that only gets pushed on the female rappers. It's not real. It's fake. It's performative. And none of us have to really subscribe to that. I'm not going to fake how I feel about a person just because, okay, we got to be unified. No, we ain't got to be unified, honey. You do your thing. I'm going to do my thing. We don't have to ever cross. And that's okay. I don't know why he thought that was like she ducked my question. Like, and this is what I say to some of these entitled people that get these opportunities to like interview like powerhouses like a Nicki Minaj. It's just like, when they don't answer a question the way you want them to answer the question, it's like, oh my goodness, like why? Like it's a problem. It's such a big problem. I like they answered it how they answered it. That was the answer that they gave you. It wasn't really ducking. It was really like, okay, you're saying you want unity. I feel a different way. I feel like we need to be real honest with each other and be like, you know what? I don't like this person. I don't get along with this person. I don't want this person in my circle. And there's gonna be people that I do and people that I interact with and all this other stuff. And that's fine. Now, Nicki responded, only thing I ducked was his breath, basically. Smelled like a double portion of 4 wings and some French fries, hot sauce, and ketchup. I think another conversation too that happened with Nicki was her laughing at Atlantic Records. Basically, there was a report that came out that said that over 170 Atlantic Record executives and A&Rs like got fired, and basically said, "Child, dear fired executives and A&Rs, don't be mad. UPS is hiring. Also, feel free to submit your resumes for a job at Heavy On It Records." Okay, she's trying to get her little name out there. "They've been wanting empty seat arenas so bad, obsessed with me while your friends are getting fired is nasty work." Child, talk about these female rappers. Look, looking at the lineup that Atlantic Records have, and I didn't notice until one of the people at the office that I work at told me, like, yeah, they got a Cardi B, which has not been making music or has not been making any good music, any music that really has been sticking. And they also say they also have Bruno Mars on the roster, which are 2 big powerhouses, of course. But Bruno Mars, child, he's over here performing at freaking Vegas residencies, child, because he has a whole gambling problem. Like, they really don't have any stars on there. And the artists they do have on their roster are not bringing in the money because they're not that out there. They're not that famous or anything like that. I wouldn't say famous, but they're not high selling. Okay. And Nicki's gloating at the fact that, hey, y'all are jumping ship. Y'all are in shambles. Trying to come for me, though. I'm packing the arenas. Y'all aren't. Y'all not even at the point, like, girl, your biggest artist didn't even ever have a tour before. It is crazy. There's a lot of people talking. She also came for the United Masters CEO because he got on an interview basically talking about, what she shouldn't have said, what she said about Jay-Z or whatever. Jay-Z gave her a deal of $1 million and this, that, and the third. And to which Nicki kind of responded saying that it was like a shakedown. It's a lot of it's a lot of topics about Nicki this week. And her name is being brought up. I think Eve had said something too. She had to go to therapy because after she was on this, she found out that Nicki was going to be on the Barbershop 3 movie or whatever. And I guess she was being real about it. She was insecure about her success and it caused her to want to seek help and therapy. It's just like a lot. I mean, I'm starting to notice that a lot of people and a lot of brands, businesses, executives, whatever you want to call it, they are very weird around Nicki. It's really bad. It's a bad case of, I don't know if it's jealousy. I don't know if it's just like, they just don't like her for whatever reason, but like I said, it's a lot of topics with Nicki this week. And I'm just like, girl, what is going on? What is happening? But anyway, y'all will tell me what y'all think about that in the comments, girl. Nicki's just been in the headlines. They keep on talking about her. Anyway, my other topic that I want to get into, like I said, these were one of the topics that I wanted to sit on. I know it's a little old, but I still want to talk about it because I don't care. I'm going to give you my little 2 cents. I'm going to always give my 2 cents a bit. All right. Now, apparently, okay, y'all heard about this, what's his name? ShxtsNGigs podcast or something like the girl. Well, the host of the ShxtsNGigs podcast, right? They apologize after backlash for insensitive comments and failure to support Black women and I think an Andrew Schultz podcast. I'll give you the rundown on that and I'm going to give you guys my thoughts. Now, basically, James Duncan and Fouad, I don't even know how to pronounce his name, child, but these are I think they're British. They are apologizing after they laughed at jokes about Black women that they're now calling out as racist, right? Now, the pair who hosts the UK's most popular podcast, ShxtsNGigs, were on tour in the US to stop by a good number of podcast shows. They stopped by the Flagrant podcast, hosted by Andrew Schultz and other people. Now, during the now viral episode of the Flagrant podcast, James Duncan and friend, because I'm not pronouncing his name, I'm sorry, they were asked how they felt about Meghan Markle with Andrew Schultz, stating that she stole your jidge or whatever, basically saying that, I don't even know what he was trying to say. It was stupid because, okay, like Meghan Markle is with a white man or whatever. Okay, and what? Anyway, he was referring to Meghan Markle marrying Prince Harry, and then Andrew Schultz continued by grilling about the definition of the Black girlfriend or friend, because that's what they were saying. Like, after somebody that like a Black woman dates like a white man, they it's like the Black girl effect. They start, getting their hair cut in a certain way, like they start to have a hairline, they start to look good, they have some type of a come up after basically dating a black woman. That's basically what the people at the ShxtsNGigs podcast was saying to Andrew Schultz, to which Andrew Schultz basically threw it back in their face and said, basically saying that the white men that date these black women, they're basically getting their hair done and cut and growing out their beard because black women stress them out. Now, I do have a video of, I guess, a clip of what was talked about here.
Oh, she's cool, man. She's cool.
She stole your ginge. How you feel about that?
I'm here for it, bro.
I'm here for the
really? Yeah, black girlfriend effect. Yeah,
you're into that.
Yeah, she came in.
What's the black girlfriend? They just come in and start fighting?
Nah, bro. You guys don't know about the black girlfriend effect. She just...
Wait, what is the black girlfriend effect?
Oh, you might don't know about this.
Throw out the other culture.
Yeah, so you'll see a guy who's had a black girlfriend, all of a sudden he's got buzz cut, clean shape up.
I like that. They shave their hair because they start losing it. Because they're so stressed being around this black girl complaining about shit all the fucking time. That's why they got to shave their hair.
Bro. He goes on to continue. There's a lot of different jokes. Now, at this point, these two get in trouble, right? And they apologize. I'm not even going to play it because, girl, it was such a performative apology. And clearly they did not care about the situation. They just was trying to get some heat off of them. And basically, they said that the jokes were inappropriate and it was like a fight or flight situation. I'll say one quote. They said that in the clip, Andrew was making a frankly racist joke and we were laughing at it. There's no excuses. There's no excuses. Fight or flight is real. Like, what does fight or flight mean? What does that mean in that situation? Y'all clearly heard a joke. Y'all reacted to it. Y'all laughed at it. Y'all thought it was funny. It was a genuine laugh. When you look at them, they were laughing. It was no fight or flight. Like, I don't get why that was even a topic or even brought up. But like I said, they were trying to deflect. Now, Andrew Schultz, child, that's a messy queen, okay? Let me say something. That is a messy queen, okay? Because Andrew Schultz actually responded to the apology. Now, here's what he had to say here.
No excuse for that. I just want to take in the beginning of it. There's no excuse for jokes. There is never an excuse for making jokes.
Can we try?
I'm not going to ever make an excuse for being a comedian. There's never an excuse for making jokes. Yeah. Okay? That is a real statement said by a man. I just want that to be clear. There is never an excuse for making jokes with the boys. Go on. Let's take it serious. Look at how sad he is over on the left.
Real thing. It is, yeah. Fight or flight is a real thing. And
he is. Do you see how we should go back? We should go back because he's going through it right now. Look how he practiced this. I'm gonna pick my skin on my finger.
Guys.
I need you to watch it. Look, he bite his bottom lip. Oh, fuck, man.
There is no excuse. Fight or flight is a real thing. It is, yeah. Fight or flight is a real thing, and it's not easy to say, but when you're in the situation, you look at it through a lens of, bro, if it was me, I promise you, I'll stand up, I'll kick them cameras down, I'll smack homeboy in the face, I'll say this, I'll do that. But when you're in there, you're in shock.
You're in shock, and all you want to do is move on.
Yeah, move on is the fuck.
See, girl, I didn't even see that part. All you want to do is move on. You clearly, okay, now if you want to sit there and say you had a nervous laugh, that's one thing. Look, I would play the video back of them laughing at this. That was not no nervous laugh. That was laugh. Andrew Schultz tested their gangster and all that, and basically said that they had the option to actually cut out parts of the show, and they chose not to. They had their sections where there were parts that they want to take out, but it wasn't the one about them joking about black women. That wasn't one. That wasn't one of the clips that they wanted taken out of. Basically, all that entire apology video that the ShxtsNGigs podcast host had, it really didn't matter. It was just to appease the people that were trying to cancel them. And that's basically what Andrew Schultz was trying to point out. And here's my notes about this whole situation. My first question is, why were y'all niggas so comfortable having them say that? Now, nervous laugh or not, because look, here's the thing. We've all been in moments where people said some off the wall things, and it's like, especially when I'm like on the job or whatever, and I'm working like, with the public, clients, customers, whatever, you come across some people that are a little ignorant, And they say some things, and you got, oh my God, oh wow. But the way these Negroes was laughing, I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. And Andrew Schultz knew that as well. And that's why he clowned. He went on a whole 20-minute rant really gagging us with calling out these podcasters for apologizing. I think for them apologizing and saying that the comments were racist, it throws Andrew under the bus and it paints him out to be the racist that he rightfully is. But I guess that's why he responded. Not for nothing. The conversation that this was all over was stupid. It was not. It should not have been said. But of course, this is like one of those podcasts that they joke. They have these type of jokes. They have these type of conversations that are very lax and very, easygoing or whatever. But like gambling over your career over a joke that was geared to black women, and knowing that you have a black, or what I've heard is that you have a big following for women and women of color, especially. At the end of the day, I just find it so laughable that the person that actually said something racist and actually made like the uncomfortable jokes that said the things is not being canceled. Like he got away with this because the black people that were on the show that was supposed to stick up for black women decided to laugh and kiki and giggle. And and y'all didn't have to beat up the guy. Y'all clearly y'all would have been outnumbered, child, because it's like mad people up in there. Ain't nobody saying do that. But basically say, oh no, that's a stereotype. Don't say that, or let's move on. Let's not talk about this, or whatever the case is. He would have conceded and moved on. But no, y'all wanted to laugh. Y'all wanted to, because y'all thought that was your friend. And he wasn't, because he threw you under the bus. Like a lot of these colonizers do. Y'all be thinking that these people are your friends. They not your friends. He saw that you have a big following. And that was one of the things that he said on his show in response to, welcome to America. Welcome to this. This is your first experience with getting canceled. It made it like a teachable moment for them, saying that they shouldn't have apologized at all. They should have just let it rock. This is the Fresh and Fit podcast pipeline. They're gonna be MAGA. These people are gonna, like next time we see these people, child, they're gonna be so red pilled. Girl, that's how these male podcasts end up being, child. But anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about. That was an older topic. I really wanted to bring that up because I thought it was really funny and whatever. But another topic that I wanted to get into, and we can just close out the show after this. Girl, I love to talk about these little TikTok viral moments, conversations and stuff like that. The conversation at hand, child, they talking about how cashiers don't want to talk to nobody no more, child. This was a big story on TikTok. And this TikToker by the name of Inika she went viral in a now deleted video of her basically saying that cashiers don't want to talk to nobody no more, and that there's no good, I guess implying that there's really no good customer service anymore, and people don't want to help nobody when they're literally paid to do. This is exactly what she said. I had to find like a stitch video that shared like most of her, because she deleted the video, or maybe TikTok deleted it or something like that. I don't know. But this is what the conversation was.
Here's my boomer complaint. Do cashiers not talk anymore? Like, it is so frustrating to me when I go into these stores, not even just cashiers, even people on the floor. When I go into these stores, restaurants, whatever it is, and now every restaurant and every store is so quirky and have their own set of rules. I walk in, or I walk up to the register, I'm saying hi to you first. I don't know how nothing works in this store. Like, it's literally so frustrating. And it's like, I feel like every time I have a conversation with somebody who's working the register, they're treating me like I'm stupid, and I feel stupid because, hi, I've never been here before. Maybe if you explain to me what was going on, or the deals, like, I don't understand. And then afterwards, because every store is so different and so unique and everything's so quirky, I feel like either they're not talking to you at all, or they have 3 million questions. I went to go get ice cream the other day, whatever, and she was like, oh, okay, you want a cup or a cone? Me, yeah, I'll just take a regular cone. What kind of cone? What does that mean? Waffle? And then apparently they got 5 different dips of cone. And it's like, before anybody, oh my God, so out of touch, I was a cashier lead. Come on, I was on the front lines. People was throwing Bath & Body Works room sprays at my head. It's a tough job. I understand that. Everybody be hitting their job. Damn. Can we explain something to people, please? I went into the new restaurant that me and my boyfriend, we never been to before, but they had like similar food that we tried before. We was getting a sandwich, a banh mi, right? BANHMI, Vietnamese cuisine, right? I go to the register and I ask her, hi, the banh mi, is it 1 or does it come with 2 or whatever the case is? And of course, it was a back and forth. She was just like, what? And I'm like, okay, no, the banh mi, is it 1 or 2? She says it's 1. So I said, oh, okay, let me get 2 then, because me and my boyfriend would each get 1. We get the sandwich. It's a big sandwich. It's cut in 2. So now technically we have 4 like halves. And it's, if you told me that y'all cut it in 2, anyways.
So I was a cashier for Brilliant.
So yeah, no, and this is where the TikToker gets into his own commentary. We don't need to do that, but thank you so much for sharing that much of the video, because I was trying to find a video because I was like, girl, what is the hubbub? Now, I wanted to talk about this because I feel like I have skin in the game. I have stake in this because I am like a service provider, or I work in customer service, client care, whatever you want to call it. And I want to put my little 2 cents into it. And it's been a big topic on TikTok. I've been seeing it on my For You page, and it's been really aggravating me and annoying me, okay? Because it's not too much of what Anika said, or Inika, or wherever. I don't really know. I'm not good with names. It's not really much what she said. I'm not really coming for her because at the end of the day, I feel like it was really a troll. Like she was trolling, or it wasn't that deep of a, oh my goodness, like you guys are whatever. I didn't look at her and was like, damn, like you ain't got no respect. My quarrel is with the people that like made responses to this video. Like a lot of the responses from this video was very, that's how you feel? Okay, fine. But I'm just like, girl, we don't, okay. And a lot of the free thinkers, a lot of the whatever people want to call themselves nowadays that have these conversations that, oh, it's a nuanced, or, oh, I just feel like I have a different take, or whatever. People that want to have different takes, girl, I can't for the life of me. But honestly, when you are clocked in, and let me just start off with this, when you are clocked in by contract, right? You are supposed to have conversations with customers. You are supposed to be respectful. That means speaking to them. Hi, how can I help you? Answer the question or fulfill the needs, and then lead with, have a good day. That is supposed to happen when you are a service provider. But don't get me confused. I'm not these people's therapies. I am not entitled to have full-fledged conversations with these people. No, I'm only required to talk to you about what we got going on in this company, what we offer, what we don't offer, what I can do, what you can't, answering your questions, and having you on your merry way. There were so many creators that spoke on this matter, and it really pissed me off, like talking about, oh, guys, you got to be pro-social. You got to be pro-social, and talking about third spaces, whatever that means. And that we have to open up to the world. Like once we open up to people, it really can change your outlook on things. That you can really make it far in this world if you open up. And it's a lot of, I'm gonna be honest with you for the life of me, it's a lot of these highbrow Negroes that are just making these unpopular opinions, basically saying that a lot of you bitches are antisocial and you cannot be antisocial. Like you need to socialize with the world. When I was looking at a lot of these videos, I'm like, girl, I'm not doing that, right? I heard a lot of, oh, we've been there before. I spoke to customers. I made it my business to serve them and have conversations and connect with them. I'm like, good for you. But some of us that are in the field, and I'm talking currently in the field, okay, we're in the trenches. We are talking to people. We are getting cursed out left and right. You get what I'm saying? No, we have a lot going on. I'm not entitled to have no conversations with you. And you know me, girl, and me saying this, I'm good at my job. I'm good at customer service. A lot of the customers and clients that I speak to, they have nothing but nice things to say about me. Even though, girl, when they be having these conversations, I be like, oh, okay, oh wow, oh okay. I'm not engaging in them. I'm here to get what you need to get and get you going. Absolutely not. I think nowadays people say, a lot of people are having these claims and they're saying it when they have the luxury of not being at these jobs. Now, granted, if y'all worked at, just like this girl said, and like I said, oh, I was team lead at Sephora or whatever the case, or wherever she worked at or whatever, like you're not there now. And post pandemic, working a service job is low key hell. Let's be very clear, honey. And the job that I'm working at now, it's not half as bad as when I worked at the bank. And people coming near cursing you out because something is up with their account. Their money is gone. Their money misses. And we trying to figure it out. We don't know. We getting cursed out. Customer service on the phone. Customer service telling us to come. They telling them to come to the branch. Like we know what's going on. It was a lot of things. And people got stuff going on in their lives. I'm worried about paying my student loans while managing my money, budgeting my money, over here trying to prep for a career fair, trying to find a higher paying job that's going to sustain my living. I'm over here worried about writing for the podcast. because I want to do that for a living for my life and stuff like that. This is a hobby of mine. I'm thinking about all these things, and now I have to have conversations with people. Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. It is very easy for people to say those things when they're on the other side. Very easy. And this whole conversation, it became more. Now, I feel like when you are a customer service person, you are to talk to these people. I've been on the other side of going to Walmart and having to really chase down and stalk these damn workers because unfortunately my Walmart, everything's locked up and we got to get a person to open up the thing so I can get my deodorant, put it in a little plastic box so I can walk that around all day before I check out and have to get it out of the box and pay for it. Like, and it is nerve-wracking. Like when there's no customers around or no customer wants to help, or I'm talking to a customer while they're on their break, apparently, child, they walking away. So that means that they can't help me right now. So I've been on that other side and I feel like, yeah, that's bad customer service. But if I am answering your question, I'm doing it to the best of my ability, I don't care about what you got going on, where you going on your trip, and you going out to freaking Africa and freaking surfing with damn hippos and shit. I don't care. You get what I'm saying? I don't care about those conversations. It became, why are you guys not pro-social? Would you help somebody cross the street? Would you give directions to random people? And I'm not going to say no names of like creators that was like talking like this, but I'm just like, what does it matter to you? And I feel like, yeah, I comment on one of the videos. I'm like, yeah, I am not pro-social. I'm anti-social. And that doesn't mean that there's something wrong with me. And for the listeners that are like-minded, don't ever make anybody make you feel that is a problem with you, that you're antisocial, that you don't want to talk to nobody. You just want to go. You're thinking about what you got going on, what you're trying to do, what you want to do. I'm on a mission every time I walk out that house. I ain't got no little check mark. I ain't got no time to be thinking about having conversations with people that I do not know, I do not care of knowing. I care about having conversations with y'all. Y'all my listeners. This is my community that I built. But when I'm outside, when I'm in my job mode, I'm helping you to the best of my ability at this job that I'm at. But I don't care about what you got going on. I don't care what's in the... I'm antisocial. And that is not a problem. And I felt like that it gave very much highbrow. Like it gave, like you're looking down on people for setting boundaries. And yes, we're required to help customers, but we're not required or entitled to have conversations with them if we don't want to have conversations with them. So no, we don't want to talk anymore. But I don't know, child. Y'all would tell me what y'all think about that in the comments. And that is it for this episode. I hope you really enjoyed it. I did myself. It's going to be interesting editing. We got to do what we got to do. I will be back with the next episode. That's all I can say. Okay? All right, bye.